In-Chief speaks.
What is up, everybody? It is your girl, Nia Pierce, editor-in-chief at SheAttackTV.com, aka the video game her if you're watching this on my personal channel. And I wanted to make an official video about my E3 thoughts. Now, there is a very specific and strategic reason why I did not live stream any of the conferences, except for Nintendo, because y'all know I had to stream that one for reaction purposes. But there's a very strategic reason why I did not stream E3. I think that when you're streaming the E3 conferences, you know, you're kind of taking yourself out of the experience a little bit, and I really wanted to kind of soak in all of the gaming announcements and kind of like just like take it in and not have anybody else's opinions kind of clouding my own, you know, just kind of be immersed into what was going on. Now, I just kind of want to give a brief disclaimer before I go into this, is that I had no expectations for E3, and I actually came out of E3 thoroughly surprised. I'm a very happy gamer right now, and like a lot of people are really sour about E3. I guess maybe some people went into this whole thing with like super crazy high expectations. But to be honest, I thought that this E3 was amazing. Like, there was so many bangers that came out of E3. Some franchises that we thought were dead returning. Like, I'm sorry, but E3 was litty. As Coupon say, litty in the city. E3 was great. Now, don't get it twisted. There were some weak moments. There was some slow moments. There was some cringe moments. But that's literally every year. You know, you can't escape those things, especially those individuals who choose to do theirs live. Some things you just cannot get away from. But the overall announcements, you know, everything that E3 is about, right? The games, the announcements, you know what I'm saying? What these companies are doing to vie for our dollars, I felt like that was still very much intact this year. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go down the list who presented and what they showed. So I'm going to start with E3 for EA first, because EA was the first to present on Saturday. And as far as their presentation is concerned, EA's presentation was very, 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 very lackluster, very dry, very boring. Just a bunch of suits on stage talking about their new products. And I mean, boring. Just keep it funky, like keep it 100, like boring. Like, this is like business, you know, business for them. And I mean, it makes sense. EA is a huge publisher. It's one of the biggest publishers, gaming publishers globally. So it makes sense, but it's just like, whatever, you know. The presentation wasn't that great. There were a couple of highlights, like with the this indie developer that I'm going to talk about their game in a bit. And then there was this one woman who came on who talked a little bit about Battlefront 2. This woman was gorgeous. Her dress was off the chain. I'm like, homegirl, you have to tell me where you got that dress. That dress was banging. So highlights for me would definitely have to be Need for Speed Payback. I'm not really like a big racer fan, but the nostalgia in me kind of brought me back to like Burnout. I remember playing Burnout back in the day on PS2. Like, that game just looks amazing. Like, I think that the people who are Need for Speed fans are gonna thoroughly enjoy Need for Speed Payback. I feel like they put a lot into that game. It just looks really dope. Of course, Battlefront 2 looks amazing. I love the fact that they added all the changes that the Battlefront one players complained about, and it seems like they really took it a step further with the campaign. I think that's going to be really, really great. I hope that it does stand the test of time as far as gaming stories is concerned, because it's based on a major franchise, right? Star Wars is all about cinematics and storytelling. So I really hope that Battlefront 2's campaign lives up to the expectations of what you would expect from a Star Wars story. Of course, A Way Out. It was the co-op game from the indie developer that they showed on stage, and it can only be played like split screen. So whether you're online or you're on your couch, it's split screen co-op, and you and a buddy are experiencing that together. I could see me and my boyfriend having a lot of fun with A Way Out, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more from that. Also Anthem. Now, they didn't show a lot of Anthem. Another company did show a lot of Anthem, and I think Anthem is the kind of game that I want to play. Like, Anthem is the kind of game I want to play on my PC with keyboard and mouse controls. Like, I think Anthem is definitely something to look out for. It is made by BioWare's A-Team, so I gotta give claps, man. Like, the conference itself is boring, but I gotta give some claps for the good things that I did see. As far as Bethesda is concerned, I think Bethesda also fell flat as well for me, on the same front as EA. But the redeeming factor from Bethesda's conference was Wolfenstein. That game looks amazing. I love everything about, like, just the way that it looks, how they announced it, how they presented it in that trailer. Wolfenstein looks great. I'm not really into horror games or like survival horror games, but the Evil Within 2 looks great. There's a lot of like really interesting and weird and creepy like aesthetics and ideas that came out of the Evil Within 2. So I think that's gonna be good for those of you guys out there that like to be scared. I hate being scared, so I will not be picking up that game. But yeah, so that's it for Bethesda. Ubisoft. Now Ubisoft, people like to sleep on Ubisoft, but to be honest, I think that Ubisoft had one of the best shows of E3. Like, Ubisoft brought it. Like, they brought some new stuff. They brought some stuff that people have been asking for, some cult classics. Like, they brought some bangers. So first of all, I want to commend them on their presentation. The way that they presented the conference in general was just really well done. I think that if you're gonna opt for an on-stage presentation, the way that Ubisoft did it was gold. Like, the pacing was great. The way that they announced the games was great. Like, you know, like, just everything was great, very well paced. When they first came on stage, of course they had to come out with Nintendo. And that was already like one of the highlights of E3 for me. Because like the way that they kind of were talking with Nintendo, like you could tell that even though Ubisoft was like a big publisher, of course they're about their money as well. You could tell that at like the core, the people who work at Ubisoft, even as high as the higher ups, Yves Guillemot, like you could tell that they really care about games. They're very passionate about what they do in their projects. Like you could tell that they love what they do, and that was made very clear when they had Nintendo on stage and they talked about the Mario Rabbids game. Even though I was not very excited or crazy about the idea of rabbits in a Mario game, but the gameplay that they actually showed was really good, and it kind of changed my mind a little bit. I still hate rabbits with a passion. I think they are the video game version of Minions, if I'm to be completely honest with you. But the gameplay was solid. The game itself looks beautiful. You know, they're using the Snowdrop engine for Rabbids, Mario Rabbids. So, you know, it looks like it's gonna be a good game. Even though I hate the rabbits, but it looks like it's gonna be a good game. But what I can say from the whole rabbits thing is that the Rabbids Peach character, she's hilarious. Like, she was kind of sizing Peach up in the trailer, like, look at this basic beard, you know. It was funny. And then they had the rabbit that was dressed like DK with a tie. I thought that was funny as well. So this game might surprise me. You know, I might pick it up because it does have gameplay that I like. I really do like XCOM type games or like strategy type games. And it reminded me of like a mix of XCOM and the old school Mario RPG games. So this might be something I can get behind. They also talked about Assassin's Creed Origins. I think that it was a good thing that they stopped making Assassin's Creed an annualized franchise, because the way that Assassin's Creed Origins was announced, people were legitimately excited because it's actually been a little while since we've seen an Assassin's Creed game. On top of the fact that Ubisoft actually looked like they put a lot into Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, just the way that it looks is beautiful. The ideas inside of the game itself are just so well done. I think that Assassin's Creed Origins is going to be a good game. Now, I kind of have my small qualms with the whole Assassin's Creed gameplay and the combat and the way the characters move, but I think I will be willing to go back into another Assassin's Creed game with this one. I did like Black Flag. I did play Black Flag on the Xbox One. So, I liked it. Very solid looking game. They also announced Skull and Bones, and I'm not really like a PvP pirate kind of person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really into those like big, huge like games like that. Like, but Skull and Bones could be a banger. Like, I don't really trust Ubisoft when it comes down to online only games, except for Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is the GOAT. I love Rainbow Six Siege. But you know, so for some of their online stuff, it kind of misses the boat. Not trying to make a pun, but it kind of misses the boat. Skull and Bones could fall along those same lines, but as far as what we've seen, the concept is great. I love that Ubisoft is not afraid to make new stuff. Like, they're not afraid to delve into new ideas and new IPs. And like, out of all of the third-party publishers, Ubisoft is the main one that has the prime opportunity to like just throw out some bangers and be like, hey, there you go, love this game, we worked our hardest on it, this is a passion project for us, you know what I'm saying, we hope you love our game. And you can always guarantee that Ubisoft, they might not hit it all the time, but they try, and I respect Ubisoft for that. They also showed another game. I love space games, you know, and this game looks like it's gonna be dope. Starlink Battle for Atlas, sorry. And this game, it looks like it's gonna be like a sci-fi space action adventure game. Now, the hook of this game is that it is a Toys to Life game. So I know a lot of people were kind of joking on Twitter, calling it No Man's Skylanders, but this game actually looks good. And it later was revealed that you can play Starlink Battle for Atlas without the actual toys. Like, there's a way to interact with the world with your battleships digitally. Hopefully it's not riddled with microtransactions, but I want to see more. I want to see how they do this, because I don't want to buy them toys, but I do want to play the game. Also, major key. Now, I know how a lot of people feel about CGI trailers, but I feel like if you're going to do a CGI trailer, if you're going to do an announcement, like, you have to do it big. You have to do it in a way that nobody else has seen before. You have to show us something that people have been crooning for, and they hit us with a major key, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Banger. I'm sorry. People are like, oh, well, it's just CGI. I'm sorry. Beyond Good and Evil 2, the announcement alone, I don't care if it was a title screen, that is a banger. People been waiting for like a decade for this game. Banger. I'm sorry. It's a cult classic. It's beloved. Banger. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is a banger. I'm sorry. And that is what that is what cemented Ubisoft's standing in the E3 race. You know, the whole E3 1 stuff, like, that silly stuff that we participate in as gamers. But if there was a such thing as winning E3, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Sorry, that's a banger. Okay, so now let's see, Microsoft. Let me get into Microsoft. So overall, there were some things that I wanted to see from Microsoft that I did not see. So I will say that I'm slightly disappointed because I didn't see what I wanted to see. But what they did show was good. They showed a lot of games, a lot of third-party stuff, a lot of timed exclusive stuff. And I know a lot of people are hating on that, but even though a lot of the stuff can be played elsewhere, some of the stuff is timed exclusive, like, the show itself, the way they presented the stuff was great. Microsoft did a good job. I'm not gonna hate on them. Even though I didn't get what I wanted out of Microsoft, they showed some good stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna crap on them. They did a good job. First of all, they started the show off with a new Metro Exodus, major key. For me, anyway, Metro Exodus is a major key, and they actually showed gameplay, so that was Metro. Whew! Now, I have Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. I still need to finish those games, but I do have them, so I guess I need to go ahead and do that before Metro Exodus comes out. I don't know if it's like a continuation of what was going on in the last Metro game, but major key. I'm sorry. Great game. It's a third-party game. I understand that. But Metro, whew, banger. Okay, so they also showed Super Lucky's Tale. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, it might be just a generic platformer, and it might be, but it did catch my attention. So I'm gonna give them credit for Super Lucky's Tale. They did bring a new IP. I'm not gonna hate on them for that, whether or not it's a good one or not. They tried. So I think that Super Lucky's Tale might be something to look out for. And it's not a $60 game. I think it's gonna be like $20 to $30 or something like that. So it might be a cute, fun little platformer to play. You know what I'm saying? Something along the lines of something like we used to see back in the day. You never know. So I'm looking out for that. Even though they didn't show a whole lot of this game, I am looking at the Darwin project. Like, I'm kind of really into like multiplayer type games nowadays, because that's a genre I missed out on last gen. I wasn't really too interested in multiplayer type games, but the Darwin project is more like a survival, like free-for-all type of game. I think it could be lit, to be honest. So I'm looking at that. They didn't show a whole lot, but I'm looking at it. Crackdown might be a sleeper. Like, I don't think that Crackdown is gonna be one of the most amazing shooters ever, but it has potential, and I'm gonna try it for myself. I'm glad to see that we saw some gameplay. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would probably look at this point, but you know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. I just want to make sure that the gameplay is intact, that it's actually a fun, enjoyable experience. That's all I care about. So I'm willing to give Crackdown a chance. Cuphead finally got a release date. Major key. Sorry. Ori is looking mad emotional. I never played the first Ori, but I watch people play it, like my homegirl Erica Cuts for the win. Shout outs to Erica, by the way. She's also SheAttack. But banger. So also they ended the show with Anthem, and this is a game that I told you that was at the EA conference. It's made by BioWare's A-Team. Banger. Sorry, banger. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I don't see how people are sour about this E3. There was so many good looking games this year. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to Sony. So Sony didn't show what I wanted them to show too. So there was some disappointment there with Sony. What they did show, I did find some stuff that I did like. Monster Hunter World. Major key. I'm sorry. Monster Hunter is a major key. I'm looking forward to playing that game on PC with keyboard and mouse controls. I wonder if this is going to be Monster Hunter Online or some variation of Monster Hunter Online. To those of you guys who don't know, Monster Hunter Online is a Monster Hunter version of an MMORPG that was only released in China, that never came to the West. If this is a variation of that, my boy. Even if it's not a variation of that, being able to play Monster Hunter again in HD without PS2 assets, major key. I'm sorry. Major key. And we haven't even got into Shadow of Colossus remake. Major key. Shout out to MOC Gamer for the $20 donations. He says, love your content. Keep it up. Thank you so much, fam. I appreciate the love. But listen. Shadow of the Colossus. Now this is what I'm saying. That E3 has some bangers. We had some games we haven't seen in years making a return in a big way. I don't think it's Monster Hunter 5. I think that was just a leaker just saying that because another Monster Hunter was coming. But God of War. And y'all have heard me say it on my channel. I'm kind of not a fan of Daddy Kratos. I think I just like mean, angry Kratos, because I guess I'm just that type of person. That's me. I don't like Daddy Kratos. I don't want him to be like caring and nurturing and stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm like an action head. I just want to see him chop people's heads off and stuff like that. But the gameplay, God of War. banger. Banger. Now, Detroit. This is a game that actually caught me off guard because I don't play these narrative-driven point-and-click games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Those are not the type of experiences that I like. I like fast, frenetic gameplay, combat involved. I ain't that good at video games, but that's what keeps my attention. You know what I'm saying? I have gamer ADD. So I need something that's going to be hitting. Hit. That's the kind of gameplay I like. So when I saw Detroit initially, when they showed the trailer last year, I was like, the premise looks really interesting. That's not my type of game. I don't even play Telltale games. Don't unsubscribe. I don't even play Telltale games. But Detroit. First of all, shout outs to my African American, my black brothers and sisters out here. They had the home dude start off the trailer singing Negro spirituals. Major key. Negro spirituals. That took my heart out my chest just right there. Bam. And then they started going further into the gameplay. One of the characters is actually an actor, Jesse Williams. Woo! Baby daddy status. Woo! Detroit. Woo! This might be my first narrative-driven point-and-click game. Woo! I'm sorry. Detroit is looking litty in the city. Woo! Last but not least, Spider-Man, y'all. Y'all know, if you guys watch my personal channel, The Video Game Her on YouTube, y'all know I'm a comic book head. You know, I'm a DC head in my heart, but I love and respect Marvel. It's been a perfect time for anything in the superhero genre. Logan hidden, Wonder Woman hidden, Guardians of the Galaxy hidden, Black Panther trailer hidden. Now we got a major key with Spider-Man. Injustice was hidden. Marvel vs. Capcom might be hidden, even though it looked kind of ugly, but it might be hidden. Superhero genre right now. The superhero genre right now, hitting on all cylinders. And Spider-Man is going to add to the amazingness. It looks like a Batman Arkham, Batman series style game. Like deep, like on that level, deep, but starring Spider-Man. They also had a freaking Easter egg with the homie Miles Morales. So you might have Peter Parker and Miles Morales, or maybe the Spider-Man is actually Miles Morales and not Peter Parker. I don't know, but major key. I'm sorry. Like, this is the reason why I told y'all I don't see how people are saying that E3 was bad. There was so many litty things that, like, there was something for everybody. I'm sorry. You can't walk out of E3 2017 and say that it was bad. I'm sorry. It was litty. I'm sorry. I had to pause. Like, I don't know what people were expecting out of E3 this year. I really don't know. But we saw some amazing things. And the things that even we knew about, just to see more about it, just to be immersed and just consumed in video game culture this week. Y'all are wilding if y'all thought E3 was whack. I'm sorry. Okay, so now let's go to Nintendo. Y'all know I'm a Nintendo fangirl in my heart. Y'all know I love video games with all my heart, but when it comes down to Nintendo, I swear to goodness, if I didn't already have a man to call my own, Nintendo will be my first love. Y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm a big Nintendo head, right? But I had zero expectations going into Nintendo, because Nintendo can either fill your heart up with glee, or they can let you down and steal your soul. Like, there's no in between with Nintendo. They can never just have an okay event. It's either you're filled up, you're swelled with the love and joy of Nintendo, or they break your soul. Like, there's no in between. None. So, Nintendo started off the show with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We already knew Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it's always good to know or see some more gameplay of a game that you're looking forward to. The fact that there was English voice acting in the game means that this game is about to go very soon, and we're definitely going to get that 2017 release. 2017 Xenoblade 2 in itself is a major key. If you guys have been watching my channel, y'all know I went hard on Xenoblade Chronicles X. That was my life for like 2.5 months. Mainline Kirby coming back to consoles. Mainline Kirby coming back. And a lot of people look at like, oh, it's just Kirby. We always get a Kirby. Yeah, we've been getting Kirby on 3DS, but now it's coming back to consoles and I can play it on my TV. And they're going back to being able to combine power-ups. So remember how back in Kirby Crystal Shards, where you could combine power-ups to make like an ultimate beastly setup? And they brought back partners? And this game looked like it's gonna have co-op? Banger. And then they show Yoshi. I know we just got Yoshi's Woolly World, so this is not an out there announcement. But did y'all see how beautiful it was? Did y'all see how beautiful Yoshi looked? And guess what? Nintendo used Unreal Engine 4 to make that new Kirby game. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Imagine if Nintendo is making Metroid Prime 4 with Unreal. Banger. Okay. They also announced that they're going to be making a core Pokemon game for the Switch. Listen, I'm not a Pokemon head, but maybe if I have an opportunity to play Pokemon on my TV, I might have to dip in, bruh. I might have to dip in. I don't think people understand the gravity. I don't think people understand the gravity of a Pokemon, a core Pokemon RPG on any device. People underestimate it. People underestimate it. Pokemon is the majorest of all keys. I got a lot of notifications going on in the background, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Like, I know I can't see it on my screen right now, but if you're subscribing, if you're following, I appreciate all of it, you guys. I appreciate the love. But this right here that I have in my heart, that I'm speaking right here in this video, is real. This is a real gamer's reaction to E3. Like, this is real, y'all. Not only did they announce a core Pokemon, Metroid Prime 4 is in development for the Nintendo Switch. Shout out to MLC for the donation. Y'all are love. Mainline Metroid game. I could play it in HD on my TV thanks to this. I'm sorry. Major key. Not only are we getting a Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch, we're getting Metroid 2 from the Game Boy remake on the 3DS called Metroid Samus Returns, and it's made from the ground up. New mechanics, new power-ups. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know that they didn't show gameplay for Pokemon. I know they didn't show gameplay for Metroid Prime 4. But listen, the gravity, the breadth of these announcements, ain't nobody touching it right now except for maybe Ubisoft with Beyond Good and Evil 2. These are iconic cult games people been crooning for years. The mere knowledge of their existence is huge. Huge. I'm sorry. Major key. Let's move on, because, man, listen. Fire Emblem Warriors doesn't have a trash frame rate. Major key. Because Hyrule Warriors had that struggle frame rate. Let's keep it 100. Keep it 100,000. But Fire Emblem Warriors, they show gameplay on the treehouse. That frame rate is smooth. And one thing that I do like about Fire Emblem Warriors on Fire Emblem Warriors in general is the fact that they kept the Fire Emblem art style intact. The story and the plot actually looks like it's going to be Fire Emblem tier. And y'all know, out of all of Nintendo's franchises, Fire Emblem is one of the main ones that actually has a plot, that has a story, that has a direction. Fire Emblem Warriors looks like it's gonna have the same dynamic story, but then also have real-time combat. Y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry y'all didn't enjoy E3, y'all. I'm sorry, but E3 was a banger. I'm sorry. Even outside of Nintendo's offerings, E3 has some bang. I'm sorry. Not only that, Zelda, that Zelda DLC Pack 2 is gonna feature a story about the champions in that 100 years before Calamity Ganon came with Zelda. Y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all can't tell me that E3 was not lit. I'm sorry. And last but not least, they showed some more Super Mario Odyssey. Let me tell you this. Y'all know I don't rock with Mario like that. I did enjoy 3D World. Don't get it twisted. But he's not like my favorite character. I'll put it that way. But Mario Odyssey, whoo! So let me tell you this. People who keep saying that Mario never changes, that Mario stays the same every iteration, you can't tell me that you've seen anything in Super Mario Odyssey and any other Mario. You can't tell me that. Super Mario Odyssey is a hodgepodge of everything we love about the Mario universe, period. There has some elements from the old school, like they even had some segments in the gameplay that takes after A Link Between Worlds, where there's segments where you go into walls and it looks like the old school Mario 2D games. Stop it. But Mario don't change. Stop it. You ain't seen nothing that you see the Mario Odyssey in any other game. Stop it. Major key. And not only that, but we found out that the special hat with the eyes that the Mario has, that hat can possess other creatures and items in the world that help you traverse the world and overcome obstacles. Y'all. Y'all see I got my Nintendo hat on, right? Major key. Now, I'm going to say this, man. If nothing at E3 excited you, you don't like video games. I'ma keep it 100. As my homie Kofi say, I'ma keep it a stack. If you didn't see nothing you liked at E3, you don't like games. Period. Even the conferences that were slow and weak in presentation had some major keys. Yes, and that Mario soundtrack with a big band and jazz. Nintendo loves big band and jazz, but this game is... I don't know what to tell y'all. I really don't. Like, I know y'all are laughing at this video because I'm so hype and I'm usually I'm very calm and mellow, but E3 got me hype, y'all. I had so much fun with E3 this year with my friends. Shout outs to my homies at Team Red. Shout outs to the homies at the Juices Loose podcast. Some other Nintendo homies, man. I had a blast. I had a blast this E3. And you know what? I think a large part of the fact of me having a blast at E3 this year is the fact that I just watched it by myself. And I was really able to soak in these announcements for myself, process them for myself without the influence of the internet or anybody trying to downplay anything that I thought looked awesome. Oh yeah, Pauline is the mayor of New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey. I thought that was a good little Easter egg. Anyway, y'all, this video has gone on mad long. I really didn't even intend for this video to be this long. I expected it to be at least 20 minutes tops because I got to put this on my website, which is why the SheAttack branding is over here, right here, because I'm actually going to put this on my website on SheAttack.com later on. So I was really trying to watch my language. I didn't really want to say any bad words, but E3, y'all. I'm sorry E3 was a bummer for y'all, but I saw a lot of stuff that I liked. I'm happy. I had a great time. My friends had a great time. And y'all know I'm a big Nintendo fangirl. Even if Nintendo hadn't had a good show, I still had a good time. Because up until Nintendo's E3, Ubisoft had me. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for coming to the stream. This video will be posted later on my personal channel and on SheAttackTV on YouTube, as well as SheAttack.com. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Thank you guys so much for the love and respect. Thank you so much for the subs, for the follows, for the donations. Guys, it's all love over here with me, man. It's all love. Thank you guys again. Peace out. Keep it gaming, friend. Keep it gaming, fam. Keep it gaming. It's a good time to be a gamer right now. Peace.